Craig Elston from our broadcast position here at Box 1. We're just about ready for kickoff between the Sockers and the Sidekicks. But right now, let's welcome in our Between the Boxes reporter. Let's go right between the Sockers and Sidekicks benches and welcome in Tim Stromble. Tim, good evening.
Hey, thanks, Craig. Down here on the Sockers sideline where we have a quick injury update to talk about first. Brian O'Connor is out with a quad injury. Merck Raleigh taking his place. And Sockers welcoming the Dallas Sidekicks tonight. As you mentioned, they're led by Tattoo, whose 1,408 points are a huge standout record for Dallas. He's led them to 4 championships. He's an emotional, fiery guy, a leader of the Dallas franchise. And, Craig, we'll talk about the game from last Sunday. I'm sure you're going to talk your ear off about it up there, but it broke the 48-game win streak for the San Diego Sockers. There's a lot of bad blood between these two teams, a lot of animosity. It was very physical, and the Sockers really came out. They were surprised at how much they were kicked from the Sidekicks of Dallas, not only in challenges here and there, but just in the physicality of the game throughout. And then you talk about the fourth quarter, Craig, where a number of challenges, a number of physical plays did not go the Sockers' way. They thought they got homered a little bit. I tell you, Craig, both sides are going to be concerned about that. You had Sagu in the locker room just making his way out as the umpires were making their way out, and Sagu simply walks up to them and says, "Wow, I hope you guys can see tonight." That's all he had to say, and then he walked off after they shook hands. So back up to you, Craig.
Oh, I love it. So already it's starting. The tone is being set. I'm sure it's an issue of curiosity back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Our on-field officials tonight will be Kia Depina and Arnold Baldo. Kia, considered the top referee in the PASL. He's been asked to officiate the championship game all 3 years and undoubtedly will be asked to do so again this year. So it'll be Depina and Baldo out on the field. I know that Sockers fans feel that Arnold Baldo, as San Diegan, likes to show that he is neutral by calling things the other way. So I think you'll get a fair whistle tonight. Shout out to all of you watching back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at Dave & Buster's. I heard that you're packing it in. Hopefully you will enjoy tonight's broadcast. The Sockers will defend the western goal to my right. They will run right to left here in the opening 15 minutes. The Sidekicks will defend the eastern goal to my left. They will run left to right. 15 minutes are on the clock. The Sockers are in their home. Navy blue and black, horizontal striped jerseys with black shorts, yellow socks. The Sidekicks all in white. The whistle sounds, and we are underway with the Sockers and the Sidekicks live on America One Sports and SDSockers.com live streaming. In front of the penalty bench, Sean Bellamy takes a one away from Brian Farber. Here come the Sidekicks on a 3v3 run. And Sean David on left wing. A high shot is saved by Riley Swift with 2 feet. And then Patrick Shamu tips it to the near wall to Ricardinho. Battling with Scotty Martin for possession. The very first shot of the game came quickly from the man who struck the golden goal. Ricardinho shoots one right to the right and tracks it to the goal wall. Gets double teamed. It comes out. And a whistle and an immediate foul on San Diego. Ricardinho knocked down by Scotty Martin. And the Sidekicks, who came right out and established an immediate tone forward, they will get a near goal wall free kick to get things started here at 14:26 in the first quarter. The Sockers and Sidekicks, no score. It's a 2-man wall that Ricardinho will face. He's got Bellamy out to his left. He's got David camped out straight away. Stavro and Shamu. Ricardinho walks up. He cuts it out. David shot blocked by Farber. Comes to the far wall. And San Diego looks to counter as Farber sprints out. It's Scotty Martin being harassed by Bellamy in front of his own bench. Cuts it to Aaron Susi, and the Sockers possess for the first time. Opening minute of the first quarter. No score. San Diego and Dallas underway from the Valley View Casino Center and live on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. It's Swift across his red line. He'll fire one into the near corner where Susi touches it down with Stavro, the 42-year-old Brit, on his hip. Susi cuts it out behind the red line. Offensive midfield, it's Cheeky Luna straight away. His shot was blocked high in the air by David, and it'll go all the way on the fly into the San Diego bench for a San Diego restart. It's Riley Swift to Antonio Sutton on the near wall. Sutton, edge of center circle, back to Eduardo Velez, the Tijuana star who was down taking care of some family and business pursuits in Mexico yesterday. 1-4 to Craig Childs, and it was off his hand. Came into the near corner, inadvertent handball. Chow said shoulder. Arnold Baldo right there said, no, handball. Give it to Sagu. Sockers high pressure as Sagu dumps it to Ellis and gets it back. Here's Luna crashing the crease. At midfield, Velez running over the back of a man to establish possession for San Diego. Flicks it to the Dallas red line. That's where it's knocked down by Kogu. Now chips one all the way down the length of the field on one hop. Riley Swift on two hops, actually, will grab it at the edge of his crease and roll it out. Second minute of play elapsed here in the first quarter, about to be 13-10 on a running clock. No score, Sockers and Sidekicks. Long ball forward, looking for Childs. At the midboards, he accepts it with the inside of his right foot, trying to scoop it forward. Rolls it back to the red line, touch on it, and does out to Memba. Here comes a counterattack for Dallas. It's Perea at his left point. He is harassed by Velez. The ball rolls out. Childs touches it. It pinballs out to Eddie Velez. And Velez back to Riley Swift. Swift will cut it to Eddie at his own red line, and San Diego will spread the board. In the midfield right now, Medina and Reza. It's the captain, Aaron Susi, in the near corner. He's accepting it with a defender on his back. Tips it with the edge of his right foot out to Velez. Long shot curves into the corner. A twisting ball off of the top of Eddie's right foot. At the mid-boards, it's knocked down, and Kylie Couch, the 37-year-old possessing midfielder, her hospital ball forward to Segu, who will punt it out under pressure. And a battle in the air. De Silva will track it down. Paulo De Silva coming in on right wing. He's got Mercurali on his hip as he goes into the corner and gets banged right there. 12:05 on the running clock. Out, Ricardinho touches it forward, and there was Roberto to read that pass to Lovegrove and take away a great scoring opportunity for old Britt. Sidekicks playing well. Sockers playing well. No score. Here's a potential giveaway. Roberto running on one at the very last second. And now look at this. It chips to Farber. Heads it to himself. Tried to cut a centering pass into the crease. Asking for a handball. He receives. A handball called on Bellamy. Setting up a left wing free kick for San Diego. 11:48 first quarter. A free kick for San Diego. Their first true scoring chance. That started with a near giveaway similar to the second goal conceded by San Diego back in Dallas on Sunday, but Roberto ran to the right spot at the last second. It came out to Farber for a counterattack. Luna is there with Susi. They'll call timeout. Sockers call their first timeout of the game at 11:48 in the first quarter. We have no score between the Sockers and Sidekicks, live from the Valley View Casino Center, San Diego, California. The crowd is continuing to grow and build here. And some of the sections that I thought were empty early are starting to really fill up. We might have a great crowd tonight. Taking a look quickly in the chat box to see how we're doing in there. Saw a complaint on Twitter that audio was faint. I'm trying to fix the levels here. We've got a slightly different setup for internet as opposed to radio, and I just want to make sure we get everything right for you to have the optimal listening and viewing experience. And I think that might actually help you out just a little bit right there. On America One, you are probably A-OK. Chick-fil-A is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Sockers, located just outside the VVCC and open until 10 o'clock tonight. Stop by and enjoy the original chicken sandwich or a hand-spun milkshake. Free kick for the Sockers. Off the near wall, just about halfway down the board. It will be Luna running behind Susi. Susi crosses, and it was deflected down by De Silva. Chipped out of the zone, and Sean David turning on the near wall, taken away by Cheeky Luna, as David tried for one of those breakaways. He had 3 in Dallas. Eddie Velez weaving to his right and to his left, and plays it to Riley Swift under pressure as the Dallas Sidekicks show some high pressure. Here's a long ball forward. Farber trying to run it down. Segu plays it with his toe to the near wall. Couch under pressure. Here's a long ball out with Luna harassing. At offensive midfield, it's deflected by the hip of Shamu to Ricardinho. The ball pinballed behind. Farber chips it out looking for Luna in space. One hop, it's going to go over into the Dallas bench and out of play. Coney Ellis steps off that bench for a quick restart with 11:11 on the first quarter clock. Ricardinho on the near wall. Back behind him, it rolled right through the legs of Kylie Couch through his intent to Segu. Segu chips it out. One touch off the low wall and then over that low wall off the head of one of our patrons. A giveaway to San Diego. Martin rolls it to Paul Wright, who lets the ball to work in offensive midfield, looking for a give and go to Childs, but Childs was harassed. A double team comes, Shamu. The ball comes to the top of the red line, straight away, where Mimba tips it to Ellis to Shamu. And Ellis and Shamu make that Shamu and Memba trying to come forward. Martin steals it away. Martin to the top of the crease, maintains possession. Over to right. Shot it high off the frame. P3 off the frame. Wait, we've got a foul in the crease. A blue card on Dallas for pulling down Martin in the crease. Cody Ellis is going to be sent to the sin bin. A blue card has been pulled on the Dallas Sidekicks. And the San Diego Sockers will go on the game's first power play at 10:37 of the first quarter. Kia Depina signaling that call. Nick Stavro and Shamu barking at Depina, angry with the disposition of that call. And the foul was located. It was just outside the crease, or else it would have been a shootout, of course. That foul is listed basically at top of the box. Call it 3 feet ahead of top of the box. A power play begins for holding at 10:37. Childs takes the shot off the free kick and shoots it out of play. It was deflected for a corner kick. Near corner kick, Luna. Crosses to the back post, comes out. Velez, long shot off the near post, wide to the right. Segu protecting that post. Still no score. Minute 49 of the power play just begins. It's Luna on the far wall, coming in on right point. He shoots it wide to the left. Comes to the midboards to Craig Childs, who tracks it into the near corner. He fires a wall pass out to an open Eddie. Oh, he tried to chest it down, had to avoid a handball, and it came to the wall instead of him taking a shot. Now he takes it in deep and shoots it high and out of play. It'll be a goal throw for Segu. 10-11 on the first quarter clock. Minute 34 on the power play. The Sockers 20 of 34. Still the best by percentage, 58% conversion in the PASL. Segu, top of his key, throws it out to Memba, pressured by Farber. Back to Segu. Chips a long one across midfield. One hop into the Sockers bench. They can restart and establish possession right there. Minute 26 left in the man advantage. No score first quarter. Sockers and Sidekicks. The rematch. It's Susie to Craig Childs. A little space on left wing. Now the double team comes. He turns. He rolls it back out to Susie, the captain of the power play, straight away. Long ball into the far corner. Knocked down by Velez. Velez out to Luna. Luna on right point. Back to Susie. Ball almost escaped him. He used that long reach to grab it down with his left leg. Cut back by Velez to Luna on right point. Down to the midboards to Eddie. Eddie rolled it out. Back to Cheeky. Minute left in the power play. Still no score. Susie fakes left. Rolls it right to Eddie. Eddie cuts it down into the corner. Chips it to the back post. Trying to knock it down with a high volley was Childs. David tried to pinch out. He didn't get it. Childs comes in. Steps to the right foot. Shoots. Saves Segu. And headed in the crease by Stavro to Segu, who will now throw it out. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Segu chucks one along the far wall where Susie tracks it down. He ran interference on Memba, and Swift back to the Sockers captain. Less than 30 seconds left in the man advantage. San Diego only had one power play in Dallas. They were 0 for 1. Childs back to Susie straight away. Knocked it down with the inside of his left foot. Shot by Childs, blocked. And taking the brunt of that, I believe, to Silva there on the back line. 10 seconds left in the power play. Susie crosses it over to Eddie. Eddie cuts it back to Luna. 5 seconds left. Ball comes off the far wall. Sockers are not going to score on this power play. Long cross to Childs. Power play is over. Tipped out to Susie. Susie back heels. Running in Luna. His shot back to the crease. Childs! He miskicked it off the frame. Craig had a wide open back post, and he kicked it high. Best chance so far. And Craig had two hands to his temples in disbelief. Let's tell you what, I'm going to just boost some audio levels on our broadcast here online because I heard some complaints via Twitter that we were having some issues. So we're going to boost it up and see if it helps. Along the Sockers wall, the power play is over. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. Sidekicks coming into the attacking zone. Look out, it's Perea at the top of the key. He gave it off. Close quarters, it's Ricardinho on the right wing. Tips it top of the key. And Rodriguez is knocked away by Medina. Farber passed it right back to the top of the crease. Renato almost ran on that one, but Roberto took it away at the last second. 8 minutes on a running clock in the first quarter. The Sockers and the Sidekicks remain scoreless. All right, glad we cleared up the faint audio issues. You can crank your servers back down a little bit. Here's a goal wall pass from Swift to Susie. Comes out to Ricardinho, who tracks it inside his red line. Comes forward with a sidewall pass. He beats Roberto and comes along the near wall. Medina runs him down then, harasses his passage, and the ball rolls free into the near corner. A 2v1 battle ensues. Rodriguez crosses it, and a back heel by Perea was wide to the right. Now out to Raimundo Reza. He tipped it to the bench wall, but Susie was running off. Possession was lost. Next dead ball will be an official's timeout. No score in the first. 7:18 on a running clock. It's Ellis to Stavro. Stavro cuts a pass in on right point. De Silva handles. Back heels it into the corner where Wright watches it come off the wall. Battles for possession. Mercury Alley and David. Ball hops out. Swift chips it. Over the glass. It was deflected. Pardon me. It was deflected off the glass. Not a top of the box chance, but it will be a corner kick here for Dallas. It'll come after the officials' timeout, I believe. Let's see. Yep. Officials' timeout is coming up right now. The Sidekicks are arguing from the bench, and so is their head coach, Tattoo, and so is Segu, who is all the way out to midfield. He's arguing it should be top of the box. We've got an officials' timeout right now. No score, just about 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. This is the Sidekicks and Sockers on America One Sports and SDSockers.com. Coming back, and it will be a kick out of the corner. 7 minutes exactly to play in the first quarter, no score. Free kick, offensive zone from the mid-boards near corner here. Childs and Wright will form a two-man wall for Ricardinho, who chips it to the top of the crease. Shot! Headed by Couch. He kicked it off the frame and then headed it back. Swift grabbed it, tried to throw a counter. It was knocked down at midfield by Dallas, and the Sidekicks possess. 6:45 to go in the first, still no score. Great chance there. Couch kicked it high and then tried to head it on rebound, and there was Riley Swift to guard. Here's two headers trying to connect from Couch to Shamu to David, taken away by San Diego. Reza runs the far wall, offensive midfield. Comes creeping in on right point. He puts a shot on goal right into the breadbasket of Segu. Another cracker from the San Diego State rookie. Counterattack ball thrown out to Ricardinho. Stopped by Childs in the near wall. Offensive midfield behind him to the aged Britt Stavro as the clock ticks down to 6:10 to play in the first quarter. Still no score. Sockers and Sidekicks. It's Segu. He'll play it across the red line. Chip a long ball forward. Can Eddie get his head on it? Perea. Both players struggled as the ball went over their heads, and then Velez got to it first on the goal wall, chipped it out past the red line, but Ellis was able to run it back for Dallas and maintain possession for the Sidekicks. It's Memba at his own red line straight away. Back to Segu, and San Diego shows high pressure with Cheeky Luna. Luna chips a long ball forward. It's now Lovegrove to Memba. Memba coming in on right wing. Gets a little bit of a pick there from Perea. Along the near wall, Stavro tried to refeed to Perea. Knocked down by Childs. Middle of the field, it's Velez. Ball got away from him for a second, was rolling toward Lovegrove, so Velez played it back to his keeper, who fakes to his right, rolls it straight away to Cheeky. Some tentative little triangle passing between the Sockers trio in their defensive zone. Now Rivera and Roberto. Ball got deflected by Jamie Lovegrove over the wall. San Diego restarts with a free kick defensive zone. Defensive midfield. It's Roberto straight away to Martin. 5:10 on the running clock in the first quarter and no score. Roberto back to Swift, who comes across the red line. Riley on the far wall. Long ball forward. Susie looking for it. Stavro gets there first. Plays it off the side wall, but there's Medina for San Diego on right wing. Chips it down. Here's Martin. His shot high off the frame. Comes down to Diego for a skipper that's knocked down on the head by Stavro. Martin did not get a good shot away. He stepped in for a good look and then shot it a little too hard. Now it's Swift with another refeed. Stavro heads it away from Susie in the middle of the crease. It's chipped forward by Bellamy. Knocked down on the near wall, and a foul called on Martin there. Fouling De Silva as he's knocked down right in front of the penalty box. That is the third team foul on the Sockers. The Sidekicks have one. They got a straight blue card earlier, and the Sockers failed to convert the power play. Some open space for Kylie Couch. Comes to the red line on right point. Cut it to the top of the crease. There was Roberto to deflect the ball away from Jamie Lovegrove. It hops over the far wall on one hop, and it's San Diego's ball. And Roberto backs off it and says, Jamie Lovegrove isn't giving me enough room. Hang on. Kia says, then spot the ball and we'll do it right. 4:22. Clock stops in the first. It restarts on this long ball forward. Over the head of Childs, right to Segu on two hands. In the middle of his crease. Segu rolls it forward, and Medina steps up on a loose ball. It hopped off the side wall, so he couldn't come straight in on a goal. Then it's taken away from him by Dallas. Here comes one to Shamu on the right wing. Shamu watched by Martin into the corner. Sockers' defense has been on point so far. Shamu turning into a double team. Ball bounced off the goal wall. Tipped by Martin. Who's going to get to this loose ball? Childs to Farber. Here comes Farber with a touch forward, but Ellis will run it down and get it to Segu, who punts it out of his zone under duress. And it'll be taken by Velez, defensive midfield. 3:45 to go in the first. Still no score. It's right. Sidewall pass to himself. He's got a double team around him. Can't beat both of them. Beat the first man. Memba took it away from him. Over to Segu. Sockers pressure in defensive midfield. Shamu let the ball come off the side wall. Clever. Velez read it all. Circled back. Took the ball away and rolls it to his keeper, Riley Swift. With under 3.5 to go in the first. It's Swift forward to Paul Wright. And Wright knocks it down in offensive midfield. Chips it to Farber. Give and go pass back to Paul. Takes it off the side far wall. Comes in on right point and has to turn to face goal. To the top of the crease. Childs tried to get a touch on it. Taken away by Kylie Couch. Couch behind him to Rodriguez. Marcos Rodriguez. Here's a giveaway. Look out. It's Sutton to Farber. Straight away and a great save, Segu. A giveaway in the offensive zone. Sutton to Farber point blank. And Segu stopped it. A great save by the Brazilian. Now along the bench wall, Velez trying to step through Ricardinho. The bigger man took it away. The Brazilian Ricardinho along the penalty wall box. He's got Sutton bracketing him. Plays it forward to Perea. Renato Perea steps on the ball on right wing. Lets Ricardinho run behind him and then tips it back to Sean Bellamy. With 2:40 to go in the first. It's Bellamy straight away. He fake coming left. Velez deflects his kick up into the air. It spins forward. Velez tried to block out Ricardinho. The ball spun to Ricardinho. Plays it off the goal wall. And it was tipped into the top of the crease by Sutton and then punted out by Farber, who jumped up in the air like Spider-Man to kick it. But when he did, it went off the scoreboard for a yellow line free kick. That got a rise out of the crowd for its athleticism. Free kick from the red line straight away. 2:28 first quarter, no score. It's Ricardinho. He jogs up on it. He chips it to the far wall, brought in on goal, and from there the grab by Riley. Perea put it in, the centering pass. Swift grabbed it. Perea stays in the defensive zone to pressure. And Roberto plays it to Swift straight away. Luna, look out. It's Roberto on the far wall. San Diego should have some space forward now. Long ball, Roberto finding Susi. A double team comes. Susi steps through it. Susi coming in on goal to Sutton, and he miskicked it wide to the left. And Antonio's down in the crease. Point blank, best chance so far. Sutton needed to put that one home. Still no score. Minute 58 in the first. That had to elicit a gasp at the Dave & Buster's back in Dallas-Fort Worth, where they probably thought the Sidekicks had conceded first. San Diego yet to lead this Dallas team in regular season action. It's De Silva in the far corner. Rolls it out, and it's Memba touching it behind the red line. Back out to Couch. Couch negotiating. Tips it forward, trying to turn to Silva. Goal wall pass, running back Couch, but there was Razor to run with him. Raimundo got there first, the younger legs. Sidewall ball. Roberto just put it into open space. Memba gets to step up. Here's a good chance for Dallas. Over on left wing, the ball got past Couch, and Lovegrove runs on it with under 90 to go in the first. Memba back out to Couch, and the Sidekicks regroup. To Cody Ellis, who stands on the midfield stripe. San Diego comes forward and pressures now. Here's Roberto from behind. Physical tackle, but he got the ball first. De Silva tried to sell a foul. Zay took it away. Minute 8. Here's Reza. Chips it. Running on the far wall is Mercuriali. Ball pinballed off the shin of Lovegrove up in the air. Bump from behind. There's a foul on Reza. Easy to call. Kia whistles it from the far wall. Fourth foul on San Diego. Just one on Dallas so far. Segu will take this from just outside his red line because he can. Chips a long ball forward. Oh, he miskicked it, but it was beyond the red line. It was beyond the red line, so instead of top of the box, the Sockers restart from their defensive zone. 58 seconds to go in the first. It's Riley Swift coming forward. Swift all the way out to his bench. Rolls one. Susi stops it on the midboards. Aaron out beyond Medina to Martin. Martin chips one looking for Rivera. Rivera tips it back to Eddie with 40 seconds to play. El Vaquero right in front of the penalty box. Over to Martin. Martin looking for Medina. Walks it, come off the goal wall. It rolls between his legs. He possesses and rolls out on right wing. Good defense by Couch to keep him from a shot. With 30 seconds in the quarter. Martin to Velez. Late magic for the Sockers. Velez cuts to the right foot. Comes open. Shoots and scores! El Vaquero rides again! And the Sockers lead the Sidekicks 1-0 as Eddie with the late magic that was promised. Susie the assist. San Diego has a knack for scoring in the last minute and then in the last 30 seconds. And it was Eddie Velez with a clever touch, faking to the left, faking a goal wall pass, stepping out to the right foot, and banging it off the crossbar and in. Velez with his 12th goal of the year at 21 seconds. Velez his 12th from Susie at 21 seconds. The Sockers enjoy their first lead over Dallas in PASL play. The restart is sent back to the Dallas red line. It's Stavro with 10 seconds at midfield. David near wall pass. David knocked down on the shield. Play on, says Kia. Long ball forward. Velez watches it. Hop off the seam. Look out. Point blank save Swift. And that ends the quarter. What a lucky break for Dallas as the ball as happened to set up the Sidekicks' first goal at Allen Event Center on Sunday. Either glass or board. It hit the seam, jutted out beyond where the defense should have been, and Perea wound up with a point-blank shot that Swift could not even set up or prepare for. And on pure athletic instinct, Riley showed why he's been the clutch keeper in the PASL. Swift made 15 minutes complete. And the San Diego Sockers on Eduardo Velez's goal in the last 20 seconds, they lead it 1-0. You're listening to the San Diego Sockers on SDSockers.com with pay-per-view video on America One Sports. The San Diego Sockers on America One Sports and SDSockers.com. Brought to you by Bumblebee Tuna. Headquartered right here in San Diego and powered by Omega-3. Bumblebee Tuna is heart healthy. It's rich in protein, low in fat. Above all, it's delicious. Visit Bumblebee.com today. Fuel your team with Bumblebee. At UCSD Sports Medicine, we help you maintain peak performance all season long. We know your body's your MVP at UCSD Sports Medicine. Well, we were just about ready for the start of the second quarter, and I think someone forgot that the soccer girls get a performance between the first and second quarter. And right as both teams were walking out to midfield to begin play, here came the soccer girls. And you know what? I haven't seen any group of professional soccer players that said no when a group of winsome young ladies ran in between them and asked to dance. So that's what happened. Let's go down between the boxes now. Let's get a between quarters report from our bench reporter, Tim Stromble.
Thanks, Craig. What a difference between the two huddles between the first quarter right there. You had the San Diego Sockers in a tight, close-knit huddle with Coach Salvaggio in the center, drawing up a scheme for the second quarter. And on the other side of the ball, the Sidekicks spent most of their quarter arguing with the two officials on the sideline. You saw Ronaldinho, you saw Tattoo, and even saw Sagu go over and talk strongly to the officials the whole break. They didn't meet once in a huddle to discuss formations or tactics or anything like that. So we'll see what that has to do going forward. But right now the Sidekicks seem more concerned with the referees than they do the play on the field, Craig.
Interesting from Tim, and that's the type of insight you get from our sideline reporter at home that you don't get anywhere else in the PASL. What's happening on the benches. And I'm sure the Dallas fans not particularly thrilled to hear that, but while the Sockers were making adjustments between quarters, the Sidekicks were yelling at the refs. One goal in the first, Eduardo Velez with 21 seconds left in the quarter from Susie to make it 1-0. Two teams switch sides. The Sockers will run left to right, the Sidekicks right to left as we bring you the second quarter from the Valley View Casino Center. Sockers 1, Sidekicks 0. Live on SDSockers.com, and the Sockers have the second quarter restart. It's Martin to Susie with a long ball forward to Diego Rivera, who runs in their quarter, shoots a goal wall pass, that hops out. Susie with a deft little flick in midair to maintain possession as he came running into the left wing. And San Diego reshapes offensively now as Swift plays it forward to Susie. Into the far corner it comes. Aaron, the target forward, knocks it down, boxes out. Goal wall pass! Farber with a run, and it went right under his foot. Brian was crashing in. If it touches his toe, it's an auto goal. He stepped over at the fleet-footed Farber. And Segu barking at his team as he comes out of the crease for Dallas. Opening half minute. It's a long one. Headed by Eduardo Velez away from Lovegrove. In the air, it's Rivera heading it. Bellamy knocks it down for Dallas. Knocked away from Couch by Susie to Scotty Martin, and San Diego can possess. Line change. Sloppy line change on San Diego. And Brian Farber just got red carded. Arnold Baldo ran from one side of the field to the other and pulled a red card on one of the best players in the PASL. And at 14:09 in the second quarter, Brian Farber has been ejected from this game for an elbow. Our assistant statistician, Nick Pellegrino, says he saw it. Arnold Baldo says he saw it. He has ejected Brian Farber from the game. And what a huge change in this game. The Sockers, top mid, I believe the best all-around player in the PASL. Farber with many words for Baldo, who just put the red card back in his pocket. Farber has been ejected. The Sockers will play with 13 men for the rest of this game. And now how about this? Meanwhile, Kylie Couch got blue carded on the same play. So this may be confusing to Dallas fans, but let me explain this to you because it was done properly. The first call was a blue card on Kylie Couch, and we'll get that official call right now. However, it was after the play, it was during dead ball time after the play that Farber was red carded and ejected. And as such, there will be no change in, there will be no power play for the Sidekicks. We're going to get the call on Couch here for tripping. So Couch was called for tripping ostensibly Farber. Farber's retaliation led to a red card. So San Diego will get a power play at 14:09 of the second quarter on Couch's trip. But the retaliation has the greater effect. As Farber's out for the game, he'll be automatically suspended for a future game pending review by PASL Commissioner Kevin Milliken. San Diego's arguably most talented two-way player is gone for the duration, and probably tomorrow night in Anaheim as well. Now, why is Aaron Susi in the box? Okay, so they did not call that a dead ball. Or did they? Now Susi steps out. Mercuriale steps in. They're just deciding who to suit. Okay, so here's what's happened. They did say that was in the run of play, and so it'll be 4v4. As at 14:09 second quarter, the penalty on Farber will be served by Mercuriale. Resetting. At 14:09 in the second quarter, Kylie Couch tripped Brian Farber. Farber retaliated with a strike. That strike was viewed by official Arnold Baldo, who pulled a red card. The red card does come with an automatic 2-minute power play, unless it's a dead ball out of play situation. They said it was in the run of play. And this was a mistake, I believe, that had been made in an earlier Sockers game and was corrected. Okay, so now it's done right. It's 4v4 at 14:09. Everything has been done properly. It's 4v4. There's a 2-minute penalty on San Diego for the Farber strike. There's a 2-minute penalty on Couch for the trip. And it's 4v4 now for the next 2 minutes. Count, here's with space. Scotty Martin coming in on left wing. Gets bracketed now. He's got Velez on the near wall. Plays it instead of the midboards. Childs trying to run into the corner on Bellamy. Bellamy will back him away from it. Punted on one hop out, but not cleared. Velez tracks it down on the near wall. Eddie steps over it. Gets hit hard by Memba. He goes down. Where's the foul there? The crowd is up and angry as Velez says he took one to the face from Frank Memba. Eddie is still down, and Memba tries to come over and help him up, and Eddie says no. So it's 4v4, and Farber has been ejected. It's 1-0 San Diego. Opening 90 seconds of the second quarter here at now an angry and spirited Valley View Casino Center. The physical game we expected has come to pass. It's Velez dodging and weaving along the near wall in between two players. Back behind him to Scotty Martin. Martin comes across midfield and tracks it to the far wall. Cuts it straight away to right. To top of the crease, Childs. Steps on. Tries to turn forward. Taken away from him from behind by Stavro. Stavro chips it under duress to midfield. Gives it back to Martin. Scotty off the far wall. Sidewall pass to right. Boxes out. Sidewalls it behind him. Shamu and Martin battle for possession. Scotty turns, comes in, crosses to Childs, open, he shoots it high off the frame. Childs overshot it. He can tuck that one sometimes. .38 seconds left in the 4v4. 1-0 San Diego. Farber's been ejected, and the Sockers will play with one less man on their bench all game, and it's an important. Ellis going back and forth in front of his bench. San Diego pressuring forward. Sutton and Childs up high. Velez is back with Rivera. It's Ricardinho out there. 17 seconds left in this 4v4. He's wasting time. That's a smart play for this veteran Dallas team that just had to run in Vegas last night. They flew after the game to come to San Diego instead of celebrating in Vegas. Another smart play by this Sidekicks organization that's clearly doing it the right way. That's it. Ricardinho wasted all the time. Couch and Mercuriale out of the box. Couch got the pass. Played it into the corner. Shamu turns and hits it off the crossbar. Ellis' shot blocked by Rivera's shoulder into the near wall. And he remains clean for Riley Swift in San Diego. Shamu had the best shot. He turned. He rifled it, and it went off the crossbar. Best chance for Dallas so far. It's Medina to Susi on the midboards. Ball taken away by Ricardinho, but there was Sutton blocking that path. He chips it. Susi turns, shoots it left-footed wide to the left. Siki Luna, who's going to get more time along with Reza at midfield now that Farber is out for the game. It's Roberto to Sutton coming forward. 11:30 to go in the second quarter. 1-0 the Sockers lead the Sidekicks. Back to full and even strength through both sides. But that red card stings for San Diego as the emotional Farber let his temper clearly become the controller instead of him controlling it. That ball hopped off of the glass and rolled to Segu. Susi was protecting in the near corner. Segu rolls it to Couch and gets it right back. Comes forward with Susi back behind him. Ball hops over the referee, Baldo. Comes back out to Frank Memba. Memba straight away to Ellis, and they say, let's back it off and let's waste some time. Under 11 to go in the first half. A long one forward to Lovegrove. Heads it into open space. There's Perea. Perea chipped it back to Lovegrove, who didn't stay on the back post. He ran across the crease laterally, and the Sockers are happy about that. Roberto Perea tries to take it away, rolls it to the top of the crease. Sutton knocks down Memba, hip to hip, no foul called, and the crowd's excited. Sockers counterattack. It's Cheeky on the near wall. Medina's running down the middle of the field. Cheeky puts it in, and it's deflected over the glass for a corner kick for San Diego. Corner kick Sockers coming at 10:28 second quarter with a 1-0 lead. It's Cheeky giving way to Aaron Susi. Childs, Velez in striking position. Medina back post. Roll to Cheeky. Shoots it. A shot saved by Sagu. He deflected it off his hip and then knocked it down in front of him and said, wow, I stopped that ball. That was an absolute blast. Long one over the shoulder of De Silva. Watches it into the corner. Two men go down hard, and the foul's called on Medina. That's the fifth foul on San Diego. Baldo called it. Again, I'll tell you, Dallas fans, I'm sure you probably came in with a preconception that there would be a hometown whistle that would favor San Diego in a similar fashion to what happened in the fourth quarter in Dallas on Sunday. That's not going to happen. Tattoo just came all the way out on the field, and he just got yellow carded by Kia Depina. The coach ran all the way down to the goal glass. He believes that De Silva, who is still down, that there should have been a penalty on Medina. Both players came in, and you can probably watch it back later on America One, but I think you'll see that there was no malicious intent there. Both guys were challenging that ball into the wall. Both guys went into the wall hard. I don't think one drove the other. The foul was called on Medina. I'm pretty sure Tattoo got that yellow for running all the way onto the field. And now Tattoo is jawing with the fans in the stands. The old cowboy Salazar, wearing his sombrero, just got into it with Tattoo, and I think it's hilarious that Tattoo is returning volley in the second quarter of this game. It'll show you the intensity here today. Yellow on Tattoo at 10:13 second quarter. There will be a free kick for Dallas when all is said and done, point blank on from the goal wall right side. But De Silva is still down and being looked at by the Sockers and the Sidekicks training staff. Steve Parker, the head trainer for the Kicks. Paul Savage for San Diego. Soccer Loco is the exclusive provider of Sockers Nike gear. Get dressed for another championship season with your Sockers gear at your local Soccer Fanatic store or online at soccerfanatic.com. Let's go down between the boxes, see what is being heard by Tim Stromble.
Hey, first off, Craig, I was right in front of the bench when Brian Farber, that little exchange happened. Brian landing a right cross. From what we heard and what it looked like, there may have been a blow from a side kick that was delivered to a region most guys would rather not be hit. So Brian reacting to that instantly from the sound of it down here, it may have landed. Certainly worth a red card, maybe, but it should have been a card on both sides, which it ultimately was. What you didn't tell me before the game, Craig, and what we ultimately might have to think about going forward in the sports arena is a little bit of a construction crew on the bench of the Sidekicks, as Tattoo has kicked the back of the bench, and there's now an indent bowling out the back of the bench, in addition slamming the gate in and out. The gate is on its last hinge, so a couple of things to pay attention to for the rest of the game, Craig.
Great stuff, Tim. So Tattoo has already damaged the back of the Sidekicks bench by kicking the back wall, and it's bowing out, and the gate is almost broken as well from Tattoo slamming it. Great report from Tim Stromble, who also spotted, because it was right in front of him, the Brian Farber right cross. And again, just to reiterate that report, Stromble saying that on the Sockers bench that Farber got punched/kicked in the groin prior to his retaliation. De Silva is still down on the bench wall, and this has gone to the point where you are definitely worried, but now he is being helped to his seat, and that gets a round of applause from the crowd. Again, the Sockers back out on the road tomorrow in Anaheim. They'll take on the Bolts. 7 o'clock Pacific time is the scheduled start for that game. It is, I said De Silva, and I want to make sure that's right. It is. It's De Silva who is going off. He is being helped off by the UC San Diego sports medical staff, and he's holding the back of his head. Play is about ready to resume here with 10:13 to go in the first half. Sockers leading 1-0, but the Sidekicks get a great free kick here. This is a great free kick. Taking about a yard and a half off of the goal wall. A good angle to shoot on right wing. About 2/3 of the way down the crease. And Ricardinho can take it or pass it to a host of options. Shamu will run over to the back post. Couch is to his left diagonally. Memba behind him. Ellis lurking at the top of the crease. Two-man wall for San Diego. Ricardinho fakes and called timeout, which is hilarious because Dallas spent the entire delay arguing and not plotting. So now they need a timeout to figure out what to do on the free kick. I get it. Emotions were running high down on the pitch here at the Valley View Casino Center. So now a timeout called by Dallas. 1-0. San Diego leading the Sidekicks on America One Sports and SDSockers.com. Timeout almost over. Preferred Contractors Insurance Company has established a reputation as the contractor's choice for general liability insurance. Find out why PCIC is a step above the rest. Contact your local broker. It's Ricardinho. He cuts it to Couch. Couch's shot to the back post. Tipped by Shamu, who goes rolling in the crease to try and sell a blue card. He didn't get it. The ball's in the near corner, and play continues. It's Rivera stepping out. He gets knocked down by two men, and there's a foul on Dallas. Diego stepping between two men, got knocked down hard. Second team foul on the Sidekicks. Sockers are on 5 team fouls. The next will be a power play for the Kicks. High pressure. Swift chips it forward to Childs. Behind him to Rivera. Fakes to the right. Rolls it back to Craig on the far wall. Behind him to Paul Wright. It's at the edge of the crease. Shamu back to Velez. And Velez to Riley Swift. Swift across his red line with the field spacing out. Childs turning to the left foot, fakes it back to the right on the near midboards. Behind him to Eddie Velez. Velez steps over the ball, comes in past Shamu. Eddie, who's got the goal tonight, off the goal wall, and Memba took it away from Rivera, who is crashing at the goal mouth. For San Diego, Lovegrove and Velez battle, and Eddie wins it into the crease looking for Mercury Alley. After Rivera to an open Paul Wright. Wright knocks it down. He shoots into the crease. Deflected between Ellis and Mercury Alley. It didn't get on goal. Out to offensive midfield to Craig Childs. Childs with a long ball. Knocked down by Segu. Backheeled by Couch out of the crease. And the Sidekicks stay down 1-0. Ball pinballs around. Lovegrove makes a run. Velez knocks him down. This is a straight blue card on Velez for an elbow. A straight blue card, a critical distinction made by Arnold Baldo. Here's what it means. The Sidekicks go on a 2-minute power play right now, and the next team foul will still be another power play for Dallas. The Sidekicks will go on their first power play at 9:01 of the second quarter as Eddie Velez is called for a dirty elbow. The official call from the field was hands to the face. Baldo saw Eddie flick an elbow as he ran by. This power play begins at 9:01. It'll count down either to 7:01 on the second quarter clock or to the Sidekicks' first goal of the game. And one of San Diego's number one penalty killers, their very best. Brian Farber is in the locker room ejected. It's Stavro off the crossbar to open play, knocked away, and Memba to Ricardinho straight away, who possesses. Stavro hit it right off the bottom of the crossbar, but it didn't go in. Down to Stavro again, back to the back post, defended by Diego Rivera to take it away from Sean David. Paul Wright trying to run over Ricardinho. A foul on Paul. That's the 16th. Baldo calls it again, and this will be a 2-man advantage for Dallas. 6 team fouls. A 2-man advantage for 1:36. Wright is furious. He and Ricardinho argue. Ricardinho, he's pulled away by Kia Depina. And this game has the type of intensity normally reserved for a championship match. The Sidekicks will run 5v3 for a minute 36. That was a two-way physical play. I'm not saying the call was wrong. It might have been right. It went against right. And Phil Salvaggio is coming out to try and restore order. That is a 6 foul. He just wanted to make sure that was a 6 foul violation. And it was. This is a two-man advantage for a minute 36. Childs will serve this one for 6 fouls. Again, Paul Wright, who normally is not on the penalty kill at age 43. He is out there now because Farber is not. Brian is the man who takes the attack to the power play. Salvaggio organizes his three-man PK unit of Rovira, Martin, and Roberto. And they and Riley Swift discuss strategy right now. Dallas could not only tie it, they could take a quick lead here at the midpoint of the second quarter. A Let's Go Sockers chant begins as this timeout continues. I'm not sure if one team turned this into a called timeout. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow night from Anaheim, and then the Sockers' next home game will be Sunday, February 10th at 5 p.m. That's the Fan Appreciation Night, Sockers and Arizona Storm, to close out the home schedule. Get your tickets at 866-799-GOAL, 866-799-GOAL, or you can go to Ticketmaster. Order them online via Ticketmaster. Just go to sdsockers.com, click on the Buy Tickets Now button on the homepage. So the Sockers have Farber ejected, a two-man disadvantage for a minute 36. It'll begin with a restart at center circle for Frank Memba and the Sidekicks. And now Dallas calls timeout. The Sidekicks tend to spend most of their timeouts arguing, and then when they have a chance to play, they call timeout. That's happened twice. Let's take a moment to check what's happening online. Check the mixer here. Sounds like someone said one side of the audio went out. And let me see if I can fix that, and I can. There we go. Got a little bit of a wiggly wire here. Some crazy stuff happening. Let's see what Tim Stromble's got to say downstairs. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I thought Tim was signaling that he had a report. So this timeout's almost over. So the Sidekicks, by the way, have used up their final timeout of this game. The Sockers have one more. But already in the second quarter, the Sidekicks have used up all of their timeouts. Now, I want to go back because we had a lot to say about officiating in Dallas. That officiating crew made a mistake in San Diego's favor in the fourth quarter. They called a timeout late in the game when they had no timeouts. It should have been a power play against. They ruled just a top-of-the-box free kick. This two-man advantage begins. 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Sockers lead 1-0, but for how long? It is a long shot in by Uremovic, saved by Swift, flicked by Roberto out to offensive midfield and knocked down by Stavro. Michael Uremovic with his first time on the field on this two-man advantage wearing jersey number 84. Stavro down low. David back out to Stavro. Left-footed, he crosses it to the far corner. Nobody there. A minute 12 left in the two-man advantage. 1-0 San Diego. Stavro straight away. He's got David down low. Memba now on right wing. Memba shoots it off the left post. He shot it off the post and it stayed out. Stavro jogging in. Down low, David crosses back post. Uremovic missed kick, and it comes into the corner. And it's flicked by David off the corner wall to himself. Comes off the near post, and Rivera kicked it out. Rivera with a perfect play to kick it out in duress. And there's 48 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Still 1-0 Sockers. Memba brings it forward straight away offensive midfield. Frank Memba cuts it to his right to Uremovic. Uremovic shot off the frame. Comes out on left wing, knocked down by Stavro. Stavro down low. David, middle of the crease. Memba scores. Perfect pass. David to Memba, who comes crashing in for the power play goal. And the Sidekicks have tied it at 1, and they'll still have 57 seconds to try and score again. Memba with a power play goal. That's his 18th of the year. David the assist at 7:33 to tie the game at 1. That's the first power play. The second power play continues. Right, almost knocked down by Uremovic at offensive midfield. The ball comes down to Segu. Sockers are high pressuring forward here with 45 seconds left in their second power play kill. 1-1 tie. Stavro comes forward. Now the Sidekicks can organize their man advantage unit. It is Memba to the far wall, Uremovic. Back to Frank Memba. The Kongan to Patrick Shamu. Shamu to Stavro. Back to Memba straight away. He just scored. Long shot wide to the left. Memba with a lacer wide left. Ran Stavro the rebound. He scores. Nick Stavro has put the Sidekicks ahead 2-1 as San Diego's mistakes have come back to roost. It's the officials' timeout here at the Valley View Casino Center, and the Sidekicks are celebrating as they've taken the best PK unit in the PASL. They had their number one defender taken out by red card, and Dallas goes 2 for 2, and now they lead 2-1 on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. Out of timeout. The Sockers and their crowd trying to get behind them now and starting a Let's Go Sockers chant. They're stunned. A 1-0 lead is gone on back-to-back power play goals. At 7 minutes exact, 7:01 was that time of goal. Now the clock runs downward, and here comes Cheeky Luna into the near corner. Sockers down for the first time tonight, 2-1. Ball tipped away from Cheeky, comes along that near wall. Lovegrove trying to run it down. Sutton's got to step on him. The 38-year-old defender from North Carolina rolls it back to Riley Swift. And the Sockers have it on their toes. It's Reza. Raimundo, defensive midfield, pressured by Memba. Spins the ball, turns to his left hip. Memba tips the ball away. Here he comes forward. He's got Lovegrove back post. And he stepped on the ball. And a blue card's been pulled. On whom? On Reza. Another power play coming for Dallas as the Sockers have melted down here in this quarter with one penalty after another. Raimundo Reza goes to the box at 6:31 in the second quarter. Holding the call. The Sockers, who just conceded back-to-back power play goals, go right back down on the man disadvantage. And it's called in the crease. It's a shootout. They've called a shootout. A shootout for Dallas. They will get 5 seconds, 1v1 with Riley Swift to try and score and go ahead 3-1, and Jamie Lovegrove's going to take it. If he fails, then the Sidekicks will get a 2-minute power play beyond. But right now, Dallas can get 3 in the span of 30 seconds. Lovegrove stands over the ball. The ball will sound the whistle. Depina will keep the time. Jamie Lovegrove, 22 years old, out of England. The Sockers fans stand to support Riley Swift. Loud. Can Lovegrove finish? If not, a power play. If so, a 2-goal lead. The whistle sounds. He touches it forward into the crease. A save by Riley! Swift saves and guards the ball. 5 seconds are over. Riley Swift stopped the shootout. Time expired. Put it into his net, which is poor sportsmanship, but was not noticed by the officials after the play. Riley stopped the shootout. .6:31, the time of that shootout stop. Ball thrown forward as the power play begins for Dallas. It'll go to 4:31 or to a Sidekicks third goal. Scotty Martin shorthanded into the near corner to Velez. Heads it to himself. Double team comes. Stavro takes it away on the midboards. Eddie still fighting for possession there. And there's Roberto getting a touch on it as well. Ball still not. Velez goes down. There's a foul on Stavro. And a blue! A blue as from behind Stavro. Stavro says Velez sold a dive. Kia says no. 2 minutes. A power play for San Diego. This will be 4 is what it'll be for a minute 37. It means the Raza penalty is over. Stavro gets called, number 23, for the trip. A wild game here. 4v4 now for a minute 37. Childs. Ball caroms off of Memba's leg on the restart. Stay in the San Diego zone. Rivera comes flying in on the midboards to the far corner. Stops it with Couch in his hip. 2-1, Dallas leads. 4v4 for a minute 25. After the shootout stop, it's Velez down to Susi. Susi gets dragged by Bellamy. No call there. He went down at half speed. Memba comes forward with a little bit of space. Plays it along the near wall. Velez stopped that pass intended for David. Eddie sidewall pass. He gets knocked by Memba. He goes down. Another foul there on Memba. Eddie is drawing fouls now left and right after committing a straight blue earlier. That's the third team foul now, I believe, on Dallas. Soccer's team foul count is reset. Susi tracking Bellamy into the wall. Bellamy went into the wall. He was being held by Susi into that wall. And then Bellamy is trying to say that Susi gave him a little extra as he went in there. And this game is as physical as any I have seen in 4 years of professional Arena Soccer League action. You can't say it's getting out of hand because they are blowing the whistle left and right. This is a foul on Susi. But just a team foul. The first on the Sockers, 3 for Dallas. A minute 1 left in the 4v4. This is an indoor war. A turf battle at the Valley View Casino Center tonight. 5:25 to go, second quarter. 2-1, the Sidekicks lead the Sockers. Couch bends one from defensive midfield all the way into the attacking zone. David trying to step up on Martin. He's got a little bit of burst. He knocks Martin down, and there's a foul. There's a foul right there, 4th on Dallas. 43 seconds left in the 4v4. Sockers can get a mini power play at the end of this. It's Velez working on Couch. Coming forward to the red line, right point. He comes into the midboards. He stops the ball. A double team comes to greet Eddie. Straight out to Medina, who didn't have a shot. He had to walk it back in circle. Under 5 to go. Bending it to the back post. Susi. Double team. Oh, he tried to flick through it. Ricardinho got it on the very last touch to keep it away from the Sockers captain. He would have turned in the middle of the crease unchecked. 4:45 first half. 2-1 Sidekicks on back-to-back power play goals. It's Segu in this 4v4 situation. Oh, he puts a long ball into the corner. It hops off the seam glass. Lovegrove and Mercury Alley come in for it. Lovegrove flicks it off the corner wall. The power play on Reza is over. Sockers have a 22-second power play here. A 22-second power play. Reza runs off. Luna runs on. A ball knocked down at midfield by Medina. Luna to Mercury Alley. 13 seconds for the Sockers to just try and put together a run. 8 seconds in this mini power play. It's Luna. They're not going to get anything away. Childs coming in. Left-footed shot right into the gut of Ellis. Ellis flicks it off the sideboard. It pops off a seam into the middle of the crease, and Segu will watch it, step on it awkwardly, and corral. 4 minutes to go. Everyone's out of the box. Full uneven strength. 2-1. The Sidekicks lead the Sockers, and Swift's shootout stop looms large here as Dallas could have gone ahead too. From the near wall, Lovegrove plays behind to Ricardinho, gets the ball back with a little space. Here comes Jamie Lovegrove forward. 2 touches, a third. Long ball! One-handed save, Riley Swift. That was ticketed to go inside the far post. What a strike by Lovegrove. A better save by Riley Swift. Next to the shootout is best of the night. 3:30 on the running second quarter clock. 2-1 Sidekicks. It's Cheeky back to Swift. Swift at his red line to Zed Roberto. Again, Brian Farber was red carded in the first minute of this crazy physical second quarter. The Sockers will play 14 on 13. Man down the rest of the game. Roberto to Childs. Tried to touch it to Luna on right wing, taken away by Lovegrove. Punted out of the zone by Seguin. One hop, two along the near wall. It goes over. Sockers restart for their red line with 3 minutes exactly in the second quarter. Down by one. It's Riley cutting a long ball into the far corner. Knocked down by Luna. Cheeky protects. Drags it to the goal wall. Goal wall pass looking for Childs in there. Knocked away by Ricardinho, but the Sockers are possessing. It's Roberto with Perea coming out to meet him. Lovegrove tipped it away for just a moment. Perea tried to counterattack. Zé Roberto got it back in front of the penalty boxes, which have been worn well today. Those doors are swinging open easy. Childs turning straight away. Left-footed shot. Oh, and it was saved by Seguin off the right post. Right bounces it out, trying to refeed Childs on the back post. It comes all the way out to Scotty Martin. Seguin got a touch on that to deny the equalizer from Childs. Right point mid-boards. Turns to face, dances, puts it off the head of Lovegrove. Out to Roberto straight away. Steps over the ball, runs right to left. Far wall, Diego. Diego drags it back in front of his bench. The clock ticks down to 2 minutes to play in the first half. 2-1, Dallas leading San Diego. Lovegrove pressuring Swift. Swift bounces it forward and letting the ball to the workers right. Comes into the corner. Flicks it high off the glass. Nobody there. Back post for San Diego. Headed up in the air by Rivera. Chested down to himself. Ricardinho gets a touch on it now. Martin comes crashing into the corner to win it away. Foul on Ricardinho down there. A blue. Ricardinho just elbowed Martin in the corner. And Scotty says, finally, as he reaches out and grabs his nose, he took an elbow to the schnoz. And the Sockers go on the power play. And it's a straight blue card. And the foul count remains at 4 for Dallas with 1:44 to play in the second quarter. Roughing on Ricardinho. The Sockers go on the power play. This power play, in theory, could wrap around to the third quarter. The Sockers would much rather put it in right here. They gave him an elbow. A power play begins. The Sockers look for their 21st power play goal of the year and an equalizer here and some more late magic late in a quarter. They scored in the last 21 seconds of the first quarter to lead 1-0. Power play goals in this second quarter by Memba and Stavro have made it 2-1 Dallas. Now it's right to Susie straight away. The power play begins. Long shot, Susie! Saved Seguin! He knocks it into the near corner. Goal wall kicked out by Dallas, and it skitters along that wall, and the English of the ball takes it all the way out to defensive midfield straight away, where Susie tracks it down with 90 seconds left to play in the quarter. It's Susie to Cheeky on right wing. Cheeky has moved. He stepped into a shot that was blocked by Stavro. Stavro blocked that bid by Luna on right wing. Paul Wright walks it in to Childs, tipped away from him by Couch, comes back to P3 straight away to Susie. Minute 30 left in the power play. Velez straight away, stepped on the ball, shoveled it to Luna, back to Aaron straight away. Susie steps, fakes in between his legs, cuts it on right wing to Cheeky on the mid-boards. Luna dances back to Susie straight away with 60 seconds in the quarter. Back to Cheeky. Cheeky comes in low, put it in on goal. It was deflected out there. Velez was in the middle of the crease. A minute 8 left in the power play, but 50 seconds left in the quarter. This power play could stretch into the third. It's Susie to Childs on the mid-boards. Back out to Paul Wright. Right back to Craig, who comes in with the left foot. Steps out to Velez. Tips it back out. But knocked away from right by Memba. Susie to Stavro, who slides down to take it out, but there was no one close, so it's not a slide tackle. 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Swift to Susie. Sockers have a chance for another try. It's Aaron to Paul. Paul stepping to the right foot. Right wing rolls it to Luna on the midboards. Cheeky crosses. It's Childs. He scores! Power play goal! Craig Childs! The Sockers are level! More Sockers magic! They do it in the last 20 seconds again! Craig Childs heads it home! Luna with a beautiful assist. That's his 44th goal of the year. At 20 seconds Luna gets the helper. Oh, what a header by Childs. You can see his eyes light up. The restart for Dallas. They play it back to the keeper, Sagu. 15 seconds to go in the half. Long ball forward, no late mistakes now. Sutton off the goal wall. Bicycle kicks it out, but there's Ricardinho, who's back out. Sidewall pass. Roberto knocks it down, chips it to empty space with 4 seconds. With 2 men running out, Bellamy heads it to Sagu, and that's it. We have reached halftime. Let's take a breath. 30 minutes elapsed. 30 minutes remaining. Nothing decided at all. In the second quarter, Dallas outscores San Diego 2-1 on power play goals by Memphis Stavro, but Childs responds on the power play with just 20 seconds to go in the quarter. And after 30 minutes complete, it's the Sockers 2 and the Sidekicks 2. Let's go down on the field and get a report from Tim Stromble. He's going to try and track down Sockers head coach Phil Salvaggio here. With comments, Phil is going over, as he always does, to visit with friends in the stands. And we'll be hearing momentarily from the Sockers head coach. What a spirited affair we've got here tonight. Again, it feels like a championship game, and this is just a regular season contract. Wait till March 10th and 11th, and the Ron Newman Cup Championships right here at the Valley View Casino Center, a Sunday and a Monday. We're going to want to pack this place. You will absolutely want to be there. And it could wind up being these two teams, when all is said and done, to decide who holds that championship cup. We're waiting in what we call a holding pattern, or a vamp in radio terminology, as Salvaggio continues to talk to a couple of fans in the stands. If you're familiar with our online-only broadcasts, you'll remember that we will close down here for halftime. There won't be a halftime show. So we will close down. This file will immediately be placed on our live stream page that you can go back and review as a first-half audio file. And then we will restart with about a minute to go before the third quarter begins. The UC San Diego women's soccer team is coming out on the pitch right now. This is part of an elaborate night here at the Valley View Casino Center, as the UCSD women's soccer team, which was the national championship runner-up in Division II this year under their head coach Brian McManus. They are coming out to be introduced to the crowd here and to get a lot of warm welcomes. Well, let's see here. We're just going to call off the halftime interview because Phil's too busy, and it's all good. We'll go ahead and let Phil get into the locker room when he's done there. We're going to go ahead and close down this particular first half file. We'll be right back with third quarter action. Definitely you're going to want to let everyone know to tune in for this second half coming up. Sockers 2, Sidekicks 2 on SDSockers.com and America One. From the Valley View Casino Center, we continue with the San Diego Sockers and the Dallas Sidekicks live on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. Craig Elston back with you, along with our Between the Boxes reporter Tim Stromble, videographer Dave Evenson, statisticians Adrena Badal and Nick Pellegrino. The Sockers with the Sockers magic that we are starting to become accustomed to. Scoring in the last 30 seconds of both the first and second quarters. Dallas got 2 power play goals from Frank Memba and Nick Stavro. Velez and Childs, the tallies for San Diego. 15 minutes are on the clock to signal the start of the third quarter. And the Sockers and Sidekicks are tied at 2. I'll tell you what. The PASL had the greatest result in the history of their league when Dallas beat San Diego in overtime because a rivalry was reborn. It was an intense game in Dallas. Nothing like this. Nothing like this. The most intense game I've seen in 4 years, and it's not even a playoff game. Dallas will get the third restart. They will run left to right, the Sockers right to left. 15 minutes are on the clock, and we are underway. Third quarter, Sockers Sidekicks. Nothing decided yet. We're tied 2-2. High pressure right away. Paul Wright pressuring Sagu into a long ball that he just dumps into the San Diego zone. And Diego Rivera will track it down on the goal wall. Played out to Riley Swift. Up to Jamie Lovegrove shootout at the 7-minute mark when it was 2-1 Dallas, and it could have been 3-1. Long ball into Susie in the near corner. Flicks it off the glass. Comes into the far corner now, where Wright will track it down in between a double team. Pokes it off the sidewall to Zay Roberto. Steps out to his left foot and tips it to Scotty Martin on left wing. Down to the midboards to Diego and back to Martin. Martin out to Zay Roberto. Both teams 5v5 after a flurry of power plays in the second quarter. Here's a loose ball along the Sockers red line. Knocked out by Ricardinho. And it comes all the way out to Sean David on the far wall. David walks out to his right foot. Shoots high off the frame. And with nobody there, Scotty Martin can track this ball along the back for San Diego. Martin comes across midfield. Offensive midfield, he stops the ball as the Sidekicks regain their shape. And he'll dance it back out to Zay Roberto straight away. 1 minute elapsed, 14 remaining in the third quarter, tied 2-2. Roberto to Susie, heads it across the crease. Anthony Medina behind the play. Ball hops up into the seventh man cheering section. A giveaway to Dallas. And then the seventh man threw it behind Segu into the net. And they celebrate, but the goal doesn't count. Fans are not allowed to score at a Valley View Casino Center event. At least not during game time. It's out to Segu. He runs across and gets high pressured by Childs. Cuts it to the far wall to Conley Couch. It across his red line to Perea. Perea steps on it with Sutton on his hip. To Memba straight away. Cheeky Luna knocked it away. Craig Childs steps over the ball and comes along the far wall with 3 men around him. Childs still has possession. Comes into the mid-boards. He gets redirected with Perea back heeling the ball away from him. And now field a desperate flick by the Sidekicks to knock it out of their zone. Craig was not fouled there. He was just harassed into the corner. The team foul reset, by the way, Dallas has 4. San Diego has 1. 2 more team fouls would be power play for San Diego. A ball into the crease. Grabbed by Segu. Throws a counterattack ball down the middle of the field, but Lovegrove couldn't get there. And Sutton just watches it over to Riley Swift. Under 13 to go in the third quarter. It's Mercury Alley in front of the Sockers bench. San Diego State reserve defender. Back to Swift, and now the Sidekicks are starting to show some man pressure. Velez to Childs off into midfield. Tried to give it back to Eddie. Lovegrove ran in between. Cody Ellis turns and plays it back to his keeper, Segu. And the Sockers maintain high pressure. Along the bench wall, it's Lovegrove. Playing it into open space to Patrick Shamu. Shamu watches it come off the side wall. Bounded away from him for a moment. Mercury Alley bothers him back to center field. And now it's Lovegrove in front of the bench to Ricardinho. To Shamu between 2 defenders. Shamu goes down. A foul on San Diego right there. Team foul. Shamu. No, a blue card is out. They pull the blue on San Diego. They're going to give them a 2-minute power play. The Sidekicks will go on a power play on a trip by Mike Mercury Alley of the Sockers. Dallas is about to go on a power play, their 5th of the game. A trip on Merck. And Dallas, which has both of their goals by power play, they will go on the man advantage. This power play begins at 12:20. It'll count to either 10-20 or a Dallas third goal, which in theory would unlock a 2-2 tie. Ricardinho to Stavro, back to Ricardinho, and the power play begins. To David on the near wall. Midboards back to Memba behind the red line. Again, Brian Farber got red carded for a punch in the second quarter. The Sockers' top penalty killer is ejected and out of the game. Ricardinho straight away shot, saved by Swift. He punches it down, and the Sockers knock it out of their zone. It's Velez to Rivera. Steps through a man shorthanded. Here comes Diego on the near wall. He comes into the corner 1v1 with Stavro and backs it out shorthanded. Sidewalls it past Memba, who takes it away. 30 seconds wasted on the power play. Minute 26 left in a 2-2 tie. Power play going with 11:40 in the third quarter for the Dallas Sidekicks. Ricardinho, the Brazilian, walks it to Shamu. Shamu far wall. It's Stavro. On left point to Ricardinho straight away. Top of the crease, Shamu. Back out to Stavro. Puts it to the back post. Sean David couldn't get a shot. Memba shoots. Point blank save. Riley Swift. He knocks it into the far corner. Back to Shamu in that corner. Goalwall passes it to himself. Tipped out and Rivera knocks it away. But a foul on the Sidekicks in the corner first. That's the 5th team foul on Dallas. One more would be a San Diego blue card. Roberto will free kick shorthanded from his goal wall. That kick was blocked back into the corner by Shamu. And now everyone has to roll back. Martin, middle of the crease, between 2 defenders, rolls it out. Stavro knocked it back. Roberto jumps up from behind for a shorthanded steal. Then he gets knocked down by Ricardinho. And the team foul whistle sounds. And that's 6. That's 6 fouls and a blue card. And Ricardinho is furious. He is waving his finger like the Kembe Mutombo, saying, no, I did not deserve it. But yes, he goes to the sin bin. That kills the power play for Dallas. 11:06 third quarter. 6 fouls on Dallas. What does this mean? It means 4v4 for 47 seconds and then a Sockers power play for 1:13. Ricardinho is begging for a yellow. He's not getting into the penalty box easy. He slams the door. There's the yellow. What did you think you were going to get, Ricardinho? Right in front of Arnold Baldo, Ricardinho slams the penalty door, and he is going to sit for 5 minutes plus a dead ball. Descent on Ricardinho. A yellow at 11:06. While in the second quarter, we accurately criticized San Diego for losing their poise on the field and giving Dallas not only back-to-back power plays, but a shootout. But here it's the Sidekicks who are losing their mind. Ricardinho furious on that call, but he cost his team way more by pulling a yellow. The 6 fouls minor will be served by Perea, but Ricardinho must sit as well. It's also fair to note that De Silva, who got boarded in the second quarter, has not been back onto the field since for Dallas. The play resumes. 4v4 in a 2-2 tie with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. In as intense an indoor soccer match as you're like to see. It's Paul Wright on left wing. Wright, stutter stepping to the midboards to Susi, and Paul runs into the crease. And the ball hops over the high glass. San Diego maintains possession. We'll get Tim Stromble in just a second. We'll get a report from Tim in just a second. From the corner wall, from the near wall, Aaron Susi will kick here. 29 seconds left in the 4v4. Susi midboards. Puts it on goal, a save Segu. Segu knocked it into the stands with a leaping save. Corner kick, San Diego on the four-corner now. Segu got a flick on that for sure. He put it into the stands. Corner kick now. 27 seconds left in the 4v4. Right to Childs. He shoots a save, Segu. That ball was deflected on the way in. And then Segu's throw out. Knocked down by Childs. 2v1. Here comes Craig to the right foot. He shot it wide to the left. The rebound comes to the top of the crease, and David was run off the ball by Velez. Sean David crying for a foul he won't get. 8 seconds left in the 4v4, and then a Sockers power play. 10:25 third quarter clock. Velez back to Martin. Martin watches. The penalty is over. Mercury Alley will run off the field. Cheeky Luna runs on, and the Sockers will have a power play for the next minute and 10 seconds. Trying to break a 2-2 tie. Susi on the far wall. Cheeky Luna, right wing, shoots! Save Segu! Right-handed save into the near corner. Out to Paul Wright. Down low to Childs. Childs creeping in. Goal wall pass! Missed kick by Eddie. Eddie in the middle of the crease. Couldn't get the shot away. Back out to Childs. 50 seconds on the man advantage. Wright with Memba at his toes. Forced to pass into the near corner. Velez comes crashing in, battling with Couch for possession. Couch goes down. Foul on Eddie. Everybody's selling every foul, as you can totally understand. 41 seconds in the man advantage, but Segu goal kicks out of the zone. Just bends one to midfield. Up in the air, right over the shoulder of Memba. Taken away by Velez. Headed up in the air by Martin over his head to Riley Swift, who grabs it, and the Sockers will line change. Susi, Eddie, Cheeky, Wright, and Childs out there. 25 seconds in the man advantage, 2-2 tie. Susi bends one far wall. Comes off that side wall, Luna. Tips it close quarters, Velez back to Cheeky. Cheeky dancing on right wing, back straight away to Susi with 15 seconds in the power play. He cuts it left-footed over the glass, out of play. Over the low wall, I should say. Luna needed to knock that ball down. That's going to pretty much kill the power play. Segu stops it in his crease, kicks it out with 5 seconds to midfield, headed by Rivera back to the Dallas bench. Double team there. The power play's over. Perea out of the box. Full and even strength. Here's a counterattack. Couch with Membo on left wing. Couch fakes. He shoots. Saved by Swift. Swift got a touch on it to put it up on the frame. Swift got a flick on it to put it on the frame. And the game remains tied 2-2. Attack sprung as it often does when a player jumps out of the penalty box. Seguin. Ball handles outside the red line. Bends one to the far corner for Perea. Goes up to head it to himself with Roberto on his right hip. Plays it along the goal or the side wall to Lovegrove. Stavro crosses to Ellis, far to near wall. Under 8.5 to go in the third quarter score. The next one breaks a 2-2 tie. Seguin pressured by Rivera. Long ball to Perea. Off the side wall. Man-to-man with Roberto. Stops the ball on left point. Back out to Lovegrove. 2 touches. Right-footed. Back heel try in the crease. Knocked away. And here's Reza being harassed by Rodriguez. Off the sidewall. Gives in offensive midfield. Stavro back to Rodriguez. Under 8 to play in the third quarter. Tied 2-2 at the Valley View Casino Center. Friday night action from the PASL. Tomorrow night, Sockers in Anaheim. Take the bus with us. Come see the Sockers and Bolts from the Anaheim Convention Center tomorrow night at 7. Seguin to Seguin with Childs jogging up on pressure. Seguin to the red line. Headed by, make that De Silva, who's back into action. De Silva, goal wall pass to the back post. Rodriguez tracks it into the far corner. Marcus Rodriguez flicks it straight away to Kylie Couch with under 7.5 to play in the third quarter. De Silva trying to sell a foul at the red line. Got knocked down. Ellis and Rivera fight for possession near wall. Back to Couch. Quick touch to Rodriguez. Far wall Lovegrove. Cut it all in one motion. And into empty space at the midboards. Rivera finds it for San Diego. Diego back to Riley Swift with 7:05 in the third. Next dead ball will be an official's timeout. Roberto to Riley Swift. And Riley across his red line, plays one forward to the Sockers captain, Aaron Susi. Knocks it down with the heel of his left foot. Crashing in is Cheeky. He shot it wide to the right. Cheeky came crashing in, top of the crease shot, bent wide to the right. And the loose ball hops all the way into the San Diego zone, where Riley Swift tracks it down to Anthony Medina. Here comes Dino down the middle of the field. Across midfield he comes, offensive midfield. Veers from left to right foot, turns, circles, back behind him, Eddie Velez. Velez sidewall pass between two men. Gets run down by Memba, no call. Goal wall pass middle of the crease. Couch knocks it down for Dallas. To Lovegrove. Shamu counterattacking. Lovegrove midfield harassed by Mercuriali. Long ball forward. Luna finds it in front of Memba. And Riley punts it out left-footed to offensive midfield. Headed by Bellamy back to Lovegrove in front of the San Diego bench. 6:15 to go running clock. Third quarter 2-2 tie. Sockers and Sidekicks. A defensive slugfest at the sports arena. As Seguin kicks it out of play. Was he beyond the red line? He was. It'll be a free kick for San Diego, but first, the officials' timeout. 6:05, third quarter. The tension rising with each minute as the game remains tied 2-2 on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. Right now, let's go between the boxes. Let's check in with Tim Stromble.
Hey, thanks, Craig. It definitely looks like the third period started off the way the last one ended. I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Salvaggio in between the break. He was busy, but I did catch up with Tattoo right before the team came out of the tunnel. I asked him what his thoughts were on the first half. He looked at me with the most sly look I've seen in a little while, and he said, "I'm just going to be polite." And he walked away. That was all he said. I think he thinks I'm on the Sockers payroll, Craig. I'm pretty sure about that because he did not want to speak to me. Back up to you.
Thank you so much, Tim Stromble. I love it. Tattoo observing the golden rule right there. He didn't have anything nice to say about the refs, so he didn't want to say anything at all. At UCSD Sports Medicine, we help you maintain peak performance all season long. We know your body's your MVP at UCSD Sports Medicine. A shout out from the Anthony Medina family. Dino's grandma, Francesca DeSanti, is tuning in to our America One Sports broadcast and celebrating her 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Francesca. 80 years young today. Let's hope the Sockers will reward you with a win. 6:05, third quarter, 2-2 tie. Full and even strength both sides. And a long ball into the San Diego zone. Susi tracks it into the corner. Susi battling man-to-man with Ellis. Scooping, playing it off the wall to himself. Scooping again, tips it off the sidewall, charging in Velez. He shoots, what a save, Seguin! Seguin with a diving stop to keep the game level. He is playing out of his mind. And the ball taken away from Paul right on the far wall. Patrick Chamu to Ricardinho, who's served his 5 minutes for yellow. He is back on the field. Here's Chamu turning on left wing, coming in with Cheeky and man-to-man defense. Stepping over the ball to the right foot, tipped it back out, shot off the frame by Sean David. Ricardinho plays it off the goal wall, taken away by Cheeky Luna. Stavro pinching in. Stavro goal wall pass, top of the crease. David trying to track it down, couldn't get a shot away. Back out to Bellamy. Bellamy scoops it to the far post. Chamu heads it to himself in that corner. Battles for possession. Velez comes in, takes it away. And a flick by Susie to Paul Wright. Wright comes out with space, but then getting in front of him was Kylie Couch. Steps to the right foot. P3 shot blocked by Couch. A shot blocked by Couch all the way to offensive midfield. Under 5 to go in the third. It's Rivera. Into the left corner comes Diego. Point blank save Seguin. He barely saw it and stopped it with a left hand to keep the game tied at 2. Seguin. The Brazilian is a brick wall back there for the Dallas Sidekicks. 4:35 on the third quarter clock. Sutton to Swift. Riley plays it to Reza off the side wall. Instead it comes to Childs on the midboards. Childs trying to step out right foot. Roberto in the middle of the field had to turn. He had Chamu coming in from behind. Made the safe play. Sutton near our far wall. Reza. He rolls past Antonio, and there's Riley Swift to reset. 4:15 in the third. 2-2 tie. No scoring in this quarter so far. The Sockers, of course, prefer to wait to the last 30 seconds to get their goals. It's Swift to Roberto. Joe Totino, PA announcer, starts a Sockers chant on the PA. Swift bends a curving ball, looking for Childs. Off the midboards it comes, offensive zone. Flicks it far post. Jumping up is Sutton in the far corner. He knocks it down and possesses. Plays it into that corner where Pereira and Rivera are. Diego trying to feed Childs in the crease. Out to Roberto. His shot is high and off the signage here at the Sports Arena. Goal throw Seguin, 3:42 third quarter. Tremendous action without scoring. Just like playoff hockey, the intensity back and forth. You don't always have to have goals to have action. Next goal so critical in this game. Seguin, Sockers pressuring across his red line. Gives one away. Mercuriale, though, from across midfield, tried to bend it back to Cheeky Luna. Luna to Childs. Childs dancing between two players. Starts to come forward. Bending one to Reza. Connects. Reza shoots. And defending the near post, Seguin. Seguin defends the near post. Backheeled out of the zone by Memba. Battling there, Childs. Childs takes it away from David. Flicks it to the near wall. Luna to Childs. Off the goal wall looking for a Reza header. It sailed past Ray's head. As the clock ticks down to 3 minutes, Sockers buzzing the net. Reza pressuring. Back to Seguin. Kicks it out. Velez knocks it down with his chest. Stops it. Plays a long ball forward. Curves it into the zone. Headed by Ellis away from Reza. Reza now off the goal wall. Crashing in Childs. Childs took it away. Ellis hampering him there. Tips it out. Luna tried to step by to Silva, knocked the ball away. There's a foul on Memba, absolutely. Pull a blue, Baldo. What do you got, baby? There it is. Kia Depina pulls the blue card. I could see it from box one. A dirty elbow by Memba. And the Sockers go on the power play at 2:44 of the third quarter, trying to break a 2-2 tie. Frank Memba called for boarding, and a Sockers power play begins at 2:44 of the third quarter. It begins with a free kick from the near wall. This power play will count down either to 44 seconds or a Sockers third goal to break a 2-2 tie. It's Paul Wright. Out to Childs. His shot was blocked right into the corner by Kylie Couch. Tipped through the legs of Childs down the near wall, but Aaron Susie there to track it down, and the power play begins for San Diego. 2:30 on the third quarter clock. It's Cheeky Luna on the far wall to Susie with some right. Ball to Childs. Stops the ball with the bottom of his right foot. And cycling it back, Paul Wright to Riley Swift. Good defense by Sean David at the top of the diamond formation of the Sidekicks penalty killing unit. It's Susie to Paul Wright on left wing. Behind the red line, P3 to Susie. Doc Favoring that left foot. To flick it was Velez. Taking it away from him, Stavro. Luna gets a touch on it at the last moment to play it back to Riley Swift. 1:15 left in the power play. 2-2. It's Susie walking the ball up straight away. Tips it to Paul on left wing. Down low, Childs. Childs to the midboards. Cuts it between a defender. Susie to right on left wing. Paul back down to Childs with Velez running around back and forth in the crease. Eddie rolls it out. Susie shoots! Straight on goal. A save by Segu. A low ball that Segu went down to a knee to stop. Segu holds it in his crease. Throws it to Stavro on the far wall, and the Sockers pressure. 4 seconds left in the power play. A loose ball recovered by Scotty Martin for San Diego at midfield. Lovegrove jumps out on the penalty kill unit now. Here's Cheeky. Cheeky comes straight away. Rolls it on the right wing to Childs. Childs coming in on the right foot. Steps into the corner. He puts it off the goal glass. It comes down to Paul Wright. Back out to Susie straight away with under 30. Luna, his shot blocked by Lovegrove over the wall for a San Diego corner kick. It'll be a sidewall kick mid-boards. 1:06 left in the third quarter. 2-2 tie. It's Luna to Susie. Aaron fakes right. Crosses, trying to feed Childs. Knocked out of there by Ellis. Away from Lovegrove at midfield. There are 15 seconds left in the power play. Luna has some space on right wing. Back post trying to feed Childs. Knocked away from him by Couch. And now a long ball into empty space. Lovegrove with Susie going down. A foul on Lovegrove. And that prevented a breakaway potentially. There are only 3 seconds left on the power play. The Sockers are going to come up dry again. And this game will remain tied 2-2. To Childs. 1 second of the power play. It's done. His long shot right on goal. Punched down by Segu. He punches it to the top of the crease. And the power play is over. Both teams at full and even strength. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's one into empty space. Headed by Wright back to Swift. Sockers get another late goal. It's Martin coming forward along the near wall. Trying to feed Rivera. Diego knocks it down on left wing. Tried to step out straight away. Gets bumped by Memba, goes down. Memba takes it with 13 seconds left. He's going to run back and play it to Segu. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Looks like we've got a fourth quarter Super Soccer showdown coming up. David Half-Volley's on the run with 1 second left. He kicked it wide to the left. And that's the end of the third quarter. No scoring in the third. 45 minutes complete. 15 remaining. And still nothing decided. The Sockers and Sidekicks are tied at 2 on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. We are getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. A classic contest tonight at the Valley View Casino Center. Waiting to hear an official attendance number. It's going to be big. Soccer's Sidekicks, 2-2. No scoring in the third. Eduardo Velez opened things up. 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. His 12th goal of the year. Power play goals by Frank Memba and Nick Stavro in the second quarter at 7:33 and 7:01. Made it a 2-1 Dallas lead. At 6:31, Jamie Lovegrove had a penalty kick shootout that was saved by Riley Swift to deny Dallas a third goal. The Sockers went level on Craig Child's 44th goal of the year on a power play with 20 seconds left in the first half. And in the third quarter, nobody scored. We are ready for the fourth quarter. You are getting a taste of what playoff action will be like. The semifinals and final games right here at the Sports Arena, Sunday, March 10th, Monday, March 11th. Get your tickets at 866-799-GOAL. Sockers with the ball to start the fourth quarter. They'll run left to right. The Sidekicks right to left as we bring you the action from the Sports Arena. It's Medina back to Antonio Sutton. A 2-2 tie. Fourth quarter underway. Sutton bends one from midfield. Into the far corner. Susi walking it back. Trying to goal wall pass. Blocked by Shamu back into the corner. Susi gets double teamed. Gets knocked down. No foul. Rivera back to Eddie Velez. Team foul counts. Sockers with 2. Sidekicks 1. Left wing. It's Memba taking down Rivera. No call. Here comes Memba out on counterattack. It's 2 versus 3. Through ball intended for David. Run up on by Antonio Sutton. Good fundamental defense by the Sockers' 15-year veteran. Swift, long ball, headed away from Susi in the middle of the crease. Popped up in the air, offensive midfield. Memba trying to track it down. Reza's got it on the midboards. Raymundo Reza tried to play it behind him to Luna. Stepping in is Sutton. Top of the crease. Knocked down. Luna, goal wall to himself. And tipped away by Bellamy. Bellamy took it away as Luna tried to goal wall pass to himself in close quarters to try and break that 2-2 tie. Velez to Childs in front of the Sockers bench. 1 minute elapsed in the fourth quarter. A scoop to Luna in the corner. Plays it off the corner wall to himself. Back behind Childs to Mercury Alley straight away. And to Eddie Velez. Velez on right wing. A nervous crowd here at the Sports Arena. Reza stepping on it. Tried to flick it through 2 defenders. A handball called on Lovegrove. Lovegrove barking out expletives, but with his back to the ref, so he didn't get a yellow. Smart play. Right wing free kick for San Diego. If you drew a line from the top of the box and angled it just out to right wing, just a little bit behind, that's where it is. Pretty good shooting spot here for San Diego. Giles and Susi looking like a golfer and his caddy plotting this free kick. It's Giles. He back heels to Susi, who shoots off the crossbar. And then trying to step over with Shamu. Velez gets it back, cuts it to Medina. Medina behind him to Luna. He shoots it off the goal wall to Childs, who couldn't get a shot away. And the ball comes out to Lovegrove, and Susi has to defend. Lovegrove on counterattack. Stepping over on right wing, into the corner. Played it off the goal, kicked by Swift. Swift kicked it into the far corner. Still tied 2-2, 13-15, fourth quarter. Next goal is huge to set the tone. Sockers thought there was a sloppy line change by the Sidekicks as the ball is played to Segu. Segu to Ellis, and San Diego trying to map out their defense there. Dallas doing them a favor by kind of stepping on the ball for a second. Now Segu plays it along the far wall into the attacking zone, into the corner. Perea trying to turn on Velez, comes into the goal wall, tried to pass to David, and there was Mike Mercury Alley to take it away. Merck in the middle of the crease took away a back post sitter. Game still tied 2-2. 12:40 in the fourth. Segu into the attacking zone. Mid-board. Stopped by David. Rolling it back out. Make that De Silva to David. David creeping out. His shot blocked inadvertently by Eddie. And blocked again. And now what? A handball on Eddie. A handball on Eddie. Jumping up there. And that'll be almost a top-of-the-box free kick chance for Dallas. Those count as team fouls as well. San Diego's third team foul. The Sidekicks have 2. Right in between the top of the crease and the red line, this free kick straight away. Ricardinho calls timeout. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. There's the first called by Dallas. They'll plot this free kick with 12:26 left in the fourth quarter and a 2-2 tie. The Sockers are proudly sponsored. Don't forget to stop by Chili's for their 2 for $20 special. That's an appetizer and 2 entrees for just $20. Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is the sole provider of physical therapy services for the Sockers, seeing patients from all over San Diego County with excellent relationships with top doctors and 3 to choose from. It's Proactive. Visit Proactive's website at www.proactive4pt.com. That's Proactive, the number 4pt.com. Sockers and Bolts tomorrow from the Anaheim Convention Center. Won't be a game anything like this. Sidekicks are the top defensive team in the PASL, and why the Sockers are number 2 and right behind them. And these 2 teams are defending hard, which makes special teams and set pieces crucial. And this set piece comes for Dallas to try and break the tie. 12:26 in the fourth. It's Ricardinho. He dances forward. He chips it left wing. Bellamy down low to the near post. Tried to cross it to the back post. That pass blocked by Rivera. Trying to kick it out of the zone, Roberto. It pinballs around in the mid-boards. Knocked down by Paul Wright to Roberto. Sockers counterattack. Bent to P3. Taken away by Bellamy. Bellamy rolling around like an Italian soccer player. Here it comes to the near wall. Segu, top of his crease. Stavro kicks it out. Sidekicks with some space. They can counter. Here it comes down. Through ball intended for Lovegrove. Came back to Perea on the near wall. And back behind him to Ricardinho. Sockers almost gave up a counterattack there. Under 12 to go in a 2-2 tie. It's Kylie Couch to Ricardinho. Back to Couch, who's jogging back to his red line. Plays it back to Segu. And Segu under a little bit of pressure. Forward to De Silva. De Silva on the far wall. Ellis bends it back to Segu and forces the Sockers to run back. Segu across the red line. Curving diagonal ball comes off the side wall. Martin runs it down. Scotty Martin has De Silva on his hip. De Silva wins the ball back. And then Martin pulls down De Silva. I thought that should have been a foul. That wasn't called. To Childs at midfield. Plays it behind him to Anthony Medina. Medina has all sorts of space behind him. Roberto to Martin as the clock ticks down to 11 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 2-2 tie. Sockers and Sidekicks. Who will break this tie? It's Swift from the middle of defensive midfield. Headed away from Susie by Couch at the edge of the crease. Lovegrove flicks it to the side wall. Bumping there. Reza took it away to Velez. Velez to Raimondo straight away. He shoots. Deflected off the crossbar. Deflected off Couch's shoulder, then the crossbar. Ray really stepped into that one. Minus the deflection, it's probably a goal. Should be a corner kick, San Diego. At 10:45. It hit the crossbar. Baldo emphatically stating it hit the crossbar, which it did. It was, of course, deflected. Of course it was deflected, but Arnold Baldo will draw the ire of the Sockers yet again by saying it was not. And they give a goal throw when it should have been a corner kick. 10:40 and the clock runs in a 2-2 tie. Memba with a touch forward on the far wall. Shamu lets the ball come into the far corner. Trying to fight through Velez. Scooped by Reza back to Eddie. Eddie's got Susie in front of him, but Shamu takes him down on the side wall. Eddie fighting through. Comes to midfield. Shamu and he collide. No foul, no harm. 3v2 counterattack. It's Ellis to Memba on right wing. His crossing pass blocked by Reza into the corner. And now, Velez knocked down by Memba, and yet there's not a call again. And things are getting crazy out there. 5 minutes elapsed in a tie game. Fourth quarter. Lovegrove tipped away by Sutton. Defensive midfield. Susie will turn and walk it back. Crosses to the far wall to Eddie Velez. Under 10 to go in the fourth. Back to Riley Swift to settle things down. Sockers line change. Childs, Rivera come on. Luna as well. Here's Cheeky to the near wall to San Roberto. Roberto steps on it right behind the midfield stripe. Back to Luna, edge of center circle. To Riley, outside his red line. Long ball forward, looking for Childs. Into the far corner it comes. Childs takes it on a short hop. Back behind him to Diego. A hot ball that Rivera had to knock down. And so he plays it back to Swift. A Let's Go Sockers chant starts at the Valley View Casino Center. It's Swift, another long ball forward. He put it right on goal. Oh, it's in! It's in! I can't believe it! Riley Swift just got a goal! Riley Swift just got a goal! Seguin, a hot ball that he knocked down carelessly at his crossbar, and he knocked it into his own net. And Riley Swift has scored! Ha ha ha! 3-2 San Diego. His first in PASL play. The Sockers lead it 3-2 on a gift and a miracle. Unbelievable. And Seguin is so good, but he makes one mistake. Riley Swift gets the goal. .908, that time a goal. The Sockers have a lead to protect in the fourth quarter for the first time against the Dallas Sidekicks. Now it is Dallas that must press the attack. They cannot sit back and defend anymore. Under 9 to play. Seguin long ball forward. He's looking for Shamu. Shamu in the near corner, battles with Martin, pops the ball out to Ellison, running from behind is Roberto to take it away. Roberto flicks it out, a defensive clear ruled by Baldo. A top of the box chance coming for Dallas. Oh, the Sidekicks could answer right back on a set piece. As the Sockers veteran defender is called for a sloppy clear. And now, Dallas free kicks, top of the box. 8:42. It's Ricardinho. He fakes, he cuts right wing. Shot blocked by Medina. It hops off the top of the wall and stays in play. Ricardinho knocked away by Childs, who's brought down hard. Stavro coming forward. Stavro shoots. Score! A goal for Dallas to go level. That ball was deflected on its way in. We'll see who gets the goal. The Sidekicks have leveled it up. Stavro will get the goal from Ricardinho. A surprising turn. No, they gave it to Ricardinho. And Shamu got the assist. We'll check the video later. Restart comes forward. Point is the game's tied 3-3. Here's Velez stepping in, right wing. Shot it wide to the right. The ball hops up, headed off the line. Velez half volley blocked in the crease by Couch. And out comes Dallas. Almost an immediate re-answer. Unbelievable. The Sockers got a gift, but then a deflected ball into the back of the net. And we're tied 3-3. And the Sidekicks needed just 30 seconds to answer right back. Velez plays one off the corner glass, and Seguin just grabs it in his crease. Under 8 to play in a 3-3 tie. Seguin off the near wall. Scotty Martin, no pressure, plays it right back to Swift. Riley says, can I get 2 goals today? No. Passes to the near wall to Scotty Martin. Martin back to Riley. Riley pressured by Lovegrove from behind. Along the bench wall, it comes to Medina. Medina steps out to midfield. Right foot, chips one over the shoulder of Reza. Raimondo into the near corner. Tries to scoop it out to the mid-boards. Plays it behind him to Velez on right point. Back down to Reza mid-boards. Goal wall pass. Looking for Medina. At to Susi. Shot blocked by Bellamy. Bellamy blocked Susi's bid from left wing. Still tied 3-3. The clock ticks down to 7 in the fourth. Medina tried for a through ball. Memba stopped it. Flicked by De Silva to Memba on one hop into the Sockers bench, and assistant coach Ray Taylor. Officials timeout. 6:56, fourth quarter. Sockers 3, Sidekicks 3. So Riley Swift, looks like Scott Martin got the assist on the Swift goal on a back pass. Right now it's Ricardinho from Shamu. That may be changed. We do have the opportunity to review Dave Evenson's video highlights at the end of the game, and we will do that, and I'll put a star next to goal number 3 for Dallas just to check the official scoring. But the point is we are tied 3-3. And while Riley Swift got the goal when Segu couldn't handle the ball and it just hopped helplessly off his fingertips behind him into the net, the immediate answer had to put San Diego back on their heels. As both times, and watching back PASL flag, PR flag Sidney Newsonoff says it should be Stavro from Ricardinho, and I believe that's what they will change. 4,474, the announced attendance here at the Valley View Casino Center, 4,474. Sockers, 6:56 to play. Free kick from their bench. Curved into the crease, and Childs heads it into the far corner. Rivera with that curving ball. Skipped out. Deflected off the glass. It'll be a free kick from the far wall. 6:50 to go. Sockers' next home game next Sunday against the Arizona Storm, February 10th, 5:05 first kick. Get your tickets at 866-799-GOAL. Next game tomorrow night in Anaheim. Make the trip up I-5 and surprise the Bolts. Here, 3-3. Sutton runs over it. Rivera off the goal wall looking for Childs, and a double team there in the crease. Ricardinho scoops it out. Diego runs it down, tips it to Swift under pressure. Swift plays it with his feet in the middle of his crease to Sutton, edge of center circle. He's harassed, has to play it back to Riley. 6.5 to go. Ball, Couch, deflected it between the legs of Rivera, who tangles with Shamu. Shamu goes rolling down to the pitch. They call the foul on Rivera, even though Patrick was a rolling block for Diego coming forward. 4 team fouls on the Sockers to 2 on the Sidekicks here. The running team foul count. 6 again is tied 3-3, 6:29, fourth quarter. It is the little used Uremovich out there. Segu chips one from the edge of his crease. Perea and Roberto fighting for possession. Rivera comes in to head it to his keeper, Riley Swift. 6:15. Riley strong arms one to the far wall. Childs knocks it down in front of his bench. Avoids a handball. It caromed off the side of Cheeky inadvertently. Ricardinho takes it forward with Lovegrove on left wing. Rolls it into Lovegrove in the near corner. Sutton is there to greet him along with Childs. Childs trying to come out with the ball. Tipped away from him by Ricardinho, and then Sutton punts it out. And on one hop, it'll make it 2 hops. It'll find Segu. 5:45 in the fourth. Bellamy back to Segu. Who will strike next, or will we be ticketed for overtime? It is David trying to cut Rivera, and Diego stayed with him on that play. Then he gets knocked down, a foul on Sean David. Third team foul on the Sidekicks. Luna plays it back to his keeper with 5:30 to go. 3-3, fourth quarter. Running clock from the Valley View Casino Center. Winner gets their 12th win of the year. Medina, straight away, trying to tip it to Paul Wright. Driving into the corner with Bellamy on his hip. Tipped out, comes to Roberto. Zay! Left-footed shot blocked up in the air. Flicked by Medina. Flicked again by Uremovich. And it comes down, and Uremovich will be crossed with a defensive clear. Uremovich kicked it out of his zone in pure desperation. San Diego, first time all game, I believe, top of the box, free kick. Oh, can Cheeky get a set one? 5:09 in the fourth. Cheeky Luna, free kick, top of the box. Will it be Susi instead? It's Susi. Tips it. Childs shoots! High off the frame. Headed by Velez. Back to Aaron. And no goal on the set piece. Back to Riley Swift. Sockers possess. 5 minutes to play. Swift tipped away from Childs at his red line. Off into midfield. Scotty Martin with a man on his hip. Plays it back to Eddie Velez. And Velez will walk it in front of the Dallas bench out to Swift, who comes to the near wall. Riley Swift, who scored his first Sockers goal in the PASL. Long ball to Craig Childs. Mid-boards, attacking zone, far wall. Punts it back out to Velez. Eddie's got a goal tonight. Steps over the ball. Couldn't get to the right foot. Good defense, Sean David. Martin then cuts it to Childs straight away. Top of the crease, trying to turn Medina. Oh, and staying with him. And then Ricardinho knocks Medina down. No foul. Medina fights to win the ball back in the near corner. Comes into the corner. Cross to the far post, and Wright wasn't there. Eddie steps over now. He shoots it off the frame. Eddie shot from left wing off the frame. Half volley skipping shot. Childs knocked down by Uremovich. And then Childs tried to knock down the clear. And they said he did it with a handball. And that's the 5th team foul on San Diego. Next team foul would give the Sidekicks a power play. 4:09 in the 4th. Long ball. Lovegrove. Do it. Letting the ball do the work. Plays it off the goal wall. Top of the crease. Stavro couldn't get a shot away. Oh, Stavro came running in for his 3rd of the game. He couldn't get the shot away. Counterattack. Luna knocked down by Ellis and no foul called. Cheeky got bowled over in front of the bench. And then Scotty Martin played it off the edge of the bench wall to himself. To Luna. 2v1. Cheeky left wing. Cuts right foot. Shoots off the post. He hit the right post. Comes out to Paul Wright. Crosses it back to Cheeky. Cheeky out straight away. It's Eddie. Eddie. Shot blocked by Ellis. Shot blocked by Cody Ellis all the way back out to midfield. And Eddie has to slow the ball down and play it back to Riley Swift. Luna hit the post and we're still tied. Long ball to Susie from Swift. Aaron knocks it down. Goal wall pass. There was Paul Wright, but he was already too deep in the crease. It came out high. And Memba chips it out of his zone to Lovegrove. Plays it forward into empty space, and there's Scotty Martin to jump on it for San Diego. He's got some open space for Medina on right wing. Tips it off the sidewall to himself. Dino into the corner with Susie in the crease. He's got Memba on his hip. Double team comes in that corner with 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. We're tied 3-3. All the way back, running the ball. Roberto to Reza. Reza on left wing. Here he comes. He shoots it wide to the left. Oh, a boomer just wide to the left. We're still level. Open space for the Sidekicks. On the near wall, Lovegrove back to Shamu with 2:45 to go. It's Segu. No pressure, and he stops the ball on his red line. Ricardinho in front of the Sockers bench, back to Segu. 3-3, 2:30 to go in the 4th for the Valley View Casino Center. The Sockers have never lost in 41 contests at home since coming back to action in 2009, but they just gave up an own goal! Oh, no! Mike Mercuriale passed it back to Riley Swift. Riley was just going to play it off the goal line, and he rolled it into his own net. He rolled it into his own net. And with 2:36 to play in the game, the worst defensive mistake the Sockers have made in the PASL. The worst defensive mistake the Sockers have made in 4 years could end their home winning streak and put Dallas in the power position in the PASL. Who gets that goal? They will give it to Perea. 4-3 Dallas. Aaron Susie, 6 attackers. At 2:26, 6 attackers. The goal to my left is empty now. Cheeky Luna to Zé Roberto to the 6th attacker. It's Susie to Velez in the near corner. Eddie on the mid boards. Luna back to Susie. Aaron. Oh, gave it away. Bellamy tries to roll it down the middle of the field, and there's Susie to protect his own far post and grab it in his crease. Under 2 minutes to go. The Sidekicks on a giveaway own goal. Lead 4-3. It's Zé Roberto back to Diego in front of the Sockers bench. Cheeky on right wing. Cheeky cuts to the top of the crease. Rolls it back out to Susie. Susie wearing the orange 6 attacker jersey. Down low, Craig Childs. Childs in the far corner gets double teamed. Off the side wall, Diego. To Susie straight away. There are 90 seconds to play. Velez heads it on the right wing to Cheeky. Cheeky crosses to Diego. Diego lines up a left-footed bullet to the far post, and Childs couldn't put it in. And it goes out of play. A goal throw for Dallas. 1:22 to go. An unbelievable mistake by San Diego will cost them their perfect record all time at home. Unless they can come up with something really crazy. A giveaway! And it's over. No, a handball. On the near wall in front of the 7th man, Sean David took it away from Zé Roberto. Aaron Susie with a shot, but a handball had been called for the 4th team foul on Dallas. It's still 4-3. It's Rivera in front of the San Diego bench. To Aaron Susie straight away. 65 seconds to go. To the far corner to Childs. Knocks it down. Back out to left point to Rivera. Aaron with 60 seconds to play. Down 4-3. It's Luna to Susie. Susie to Rivera. Diego fakes the left-footed shot. Susie to Cheeky on right wing. Crossing. in the air. Segou in the middle of the crease. Roberto scores! Segou tried to take it away, and he dropped it in the middle. And Zé Roberto scored it, and the Sockers are level. Unbelievable! 4-4. Sockers magic. 41 seconds left. Childs gets the assist. These two great goalkeepers are killing themselves in this second half. But it's only fair that with each having let in an own goal, that we are tied 4-4. A yellow card on Cody Ellis for dissent. Ellis just got run to the sin bin, number 33. Zé Roberto's third goal of the year has tied it at 4. .41 seconds, fourth quarter, time of that descent. We're now heading towards sudden death overtime or magic, more crazy mistakes. What's next? 4,474, I have no idea. Hang on. Our assistant statistician just saw a blue card in the field. Aha! This is the deal, folks. That's 3 yellow cards on Dallas. 3 yellows equals 1 blue. And yellow and blue makes green. And if the Sockers score, cold cash for everybody. 41 seconds, fourth quarter. 3 yellows. A power play for San Diego. A power play that could count into the start of sudden death overtime. Ricardinho will serve the penalty. The own goal at 2:26 put the Sockers down, put all of our hearts in our throats. And Roberto from Childs, when Segou jumped up and couldn't hold it. Now Tattoo's out on the field. He's trying for a fourth yellow and a matching set with the candelabra. 38 seconds to go in regulation. Segou long ball forward. No mistake, Sockers. Pops off a seam in the glass, headed by Martin into the corner. And a foul on David for pushing. The fourth team foul on the Sidekicks. 1:51 on this power play. Sockers ending regulation on a power play. 30 seconds to go in a 4-4 tie. It's Roberto de Soucy. Offensive midfield. 20 seconds to Luna. Luna coming in on the red line. Down low, Childs. Childs shoots wide to the right. Off the glass is Eddie. On right wing with 10 seconds to go. It's Velez out straight away to Soucy. 8 seconds to go in regulation. Soucy, Childs, heads it off the goal glass. Medina can't get a shot away. It's to Velez. He shoots. He scores. He scores. He scores. He scores. Eddie Velez has won the game on the last second. There is no time left. The game is over. The Sockers win it. Sockers magic. Thank you, dear. Eddie Velez, with no time on the clock, put it in the crease. The Sockers have pulled it out. There is a full-on argument. Tattoo and Memba and Ellis and David are all jawing in the official's box. There's 1 second on the clock. They think it didn't go in time. We just saw the replay. It did. It did. It went in with 1 second. A red card to Tattoo. Velez throws it in the stands. The ceremonial ball. 1 second. And the Sockers will beat the Sidekicks 5-4 tonight. Complete bedlam at midfield. The Sidekicks were trying to say that that the goal came too late. It did not. Eddie Velez with his second of the game, 13th of the year. Golazo! The Sockers are cheering. They are standing up to applaud with their fans. This game is over. They're still showing a second on the clock, but the Sidekicks are walking off the pitch. And San Diego scores 2 goals in the last 40 seconds and 1 in the last second. How could you beat Farber's header with 2.2? How about a Velez goal with 0.5? The Sockers get their 12th win. It's full time elapsed. 5-4 San Diego. An absolutely unbelievable finish. Unless you're a Sockers fan, then you just say we had them all the way. The Sockers are 12-1. The Sidekicks are 11-3. And the fans of the great game of indoor soccer were treated to a spectacle unlike many that you could possibly see. If you came to this game and you're not a fan of this sport now, I don't know what to tell you. You a fan, Jody? Jody's a fan. We're good. We're going to wait for Tim Strobel to get a comment down on the court, or down on the field from our head coach. The official call, Eddie Velez. I believe an unassisted goal at 0-1. The Sockers outscore the Sidekicks 3-2 in the fourth quarter, scoring twice in the last 40 seconds. Tim Strobel will have an interview on the field. The most dramatic game the Sockers have played since coming back to the PASL. They were down 1 at home with 40 seconds left. They were tied with a second left. And Eddie Velez scored for the winner. Down to the court, down to the field, Tim Strobel with head coach Phil Salvaggio.
I'm here with Coach Salvaggio. Coach, could you have pictured a better story for tonight? What does this mean to you?
It means more than you guys could ever imagine.
When you lose a guy like Farber early on, the physicality of this game, what can you say about your guys and how they responded and bounced back?
Hey, these guys got heart. They've been here all year. They've been here for 4 years. This is the way we do it. We stick as a team here.
Awesome job, Coach. Go celebrate. Thank you. Craig, back to you.
You can hear in his voice, folks, Phil Salvaggio just lost it on the field. Emotionally, he has collapsed in tears. Phil's mother died yesterday. Phil flew from his mother's death last night across country overnight to come to this game tonight. Phil Salvaggio thought he was coaching his team to his first ever home loss when they scored to tie it with 40 seconds left and to win it with no time on the clock at all. The most dramatic game the Sockers have played just about ever, you'd have to say. And San Diego wins this one 5-4. That's going to do it for our game broadcast tonight. Sockers fans, what more can I tell you other than you've got to become part of this incredible thrill ride that is captivating the imagination of San Diego sports fans. Those who pay attention know where the winner is in town. It's right here at the Sports Arena. The UT can not even list this as a game to be played in local events today. And yet 44-74 came out to see one of the great, intense, crazy, sloppy, wild, mistake-filled, fight-filled, competition-fueled athletic events that this great city has had the pleasure of hosting. Zé Roberto tied it with 41 seconds left. Eduardo Velez won it with a second on the clock. And the final score is up for all to see in full time. San Diego 5 and Dallas 4. Our next broadcast will come your way from the Anaheim Convention Center tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The Sockers and the Anaheim Colts. The Sockers return home on February 10th when they take on the Arizona Storm, looking to complete a perfect home schedule. They'll be talking about this game, not just the rest of this year, but 4 years, as the Sockers beat the Sidekicks 5-4. For our statisticians, Adrena Badal and Nick Pellegrino, our Dave Evenson, our Between the Boxes sideline reporter Tim Stromble, I'm Craig Elston. I don't know what else to say.